There is a 50% chance that Marcus Rashford could return for our trip to Bournemouth over the weekend. Well, Rafael Varane too is another doubt, but there is a simple update about him and what are the odds that we could see him back to boost our backline. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb, and here is a quick injury update, a status update on the situation when it comes to our injured players at Manchester United. And I'll start it off, of course, with those who we should not expect. Well, we do know for a fact that don't expect Anthony Martial anytime soon. He has still been ruled out for a long time, whereas his progress seems to be good after having a minor surgery to him. He is not going to be returning anytime soon, at least not for now. So is Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Tyrell Maletia, and Victor Lindelof. Now, those are the fairly long-term absentees from Manchester United. But here is the situation with the two important players that I know many of you would want to hear about. Starting off with Marcus Rashford. Now, the situation with Rashford is being assessed, and there is a 50% chance that our second top scorer could be returning for the game against Bournemouth this Saturday, the 13th of April. Well, we do know that he requested to be pulled off in our last game against Liverpool. It took some time for Erik ten Hag to get the solution to replace him, but eventually he was. Erik ten Hag wasn't sure about how serious the injury was, but it seems to be something a bit of a concern. But there is a whole possibility that Rashford could be returning for the game against Bournemouth. Now, people might wonder, we've been talking about Rashford, calling him out to be benched, and we're now saying he's an important player who should be returning. Guys, listen, the reality is that Marcus Rashford is still a very important player for Manchester United. When he shows up, he's good. And we saw a bit of him showing up, putting in some hard yards, showing some desire and effort in the game against Liverpool before him being substituted off. And if you see, if that's the Rashford we are going to have for the remainder of the season, for the next 8 games, you think he could be an important player. He could actually then be a proper starter in the team. He would certainly warrant his start in the team. The issues were with his attitude before, where we felt he was not doing enough to show that he has got the will and desire to play for Manchester United. But how it ended going into the injury looked good, and you think him being back is only going to be good to boost this Man United attack. He has got a width that's rather a pace that he brings a different dimension to the team in our attack, but he's added a bit of a work rate to him that looks good on him. So you might want to forget about the bad days. And I keep telling people, you don't want to rely on the past when you're bashing players. You don't want to rely on the past. The way it was with Anthony. We relied on him and having bad performances day in, but when it turned around for him and he was performing, we are the same people saying, give him the chance, give him the chance. So it's never personal. So Rashford was struggling when he was, but according to the last game, at least he put in some effort and desire in trying to fight for this badge that we all love. So that's the situation with Marcus Rashford. He would give us a different dimension. The reality is Rashford has scored 7 goals and assisted twice in 30 games in the Premier League. Not the best, not anywhere close to the best he had, for example, the previous season, but that is decent for a player who has not been playing at his best. It is decent, and you know that as we head into the final stretch, his experience will come in handy. So every game we have him in the team is always going to be a very huge boost to the entire squad. So Rashford is being